Welcome to my classroom, Mr. and Mrs. Lotso Cash.
Thanks. Pleased to meet you.
Very pleased.
Please, have a seat. I invited you both here today for our annual parent-teacher conference. I'm glad you both could make it.
We're thrilled to be here. Our son Richie speaks very highly of you.
Thank you. I'm very glad to hear it. I do the best I can. Now, let's get down to business, shall we? First off, here's a copy of your son's grades.
Well, Philip, as you know, I'm a successful businessman, and my company Cashco is thriving. I've always expected little Richie to take over the family business and fulfill his destiny.
I'm very glad you mentioned that. Richie and I had a very personal conversation about what he wanted to do after school. His plans are very different than what you have laid out for him.
Exactly what thoughts are you talking about?
Well, Richie really expressed his love for books, and he told me that he really wants to be a librarian.
What are you talking about? Everything we've done to raise him has been to help prepare him to carry on the family business.
Librarians can't make more than $20 an hour. That is completely unacceptable. My son will not be a librarian.
With all due respect, Mr. Lotso Cash, we've been reading Dr. Seuss's book, All the Places You'll Go, in our class. And together, we've been throwing out some potential ideas about some careers that they possibly want to pursue. From day one, Richie has had a burning desire to become a librarian.
Excuse me, Mr. Philip Pockets, but I don't think you heard me. My son will not be a librarian. He is going to continue my legacy, regardless of his whimsical fantasies.
And quite frankly, I'm not sure if I'm taking a liking to this Dr. Seuss fellow.
Personally, I feel Richie can pursue any career that he desires, even if that means he won't make 6 figures a year.
I highly doubt librarians even make $20 an hour. This is absurd.
No offense to you and your wife, but life isn't all about filling up your pockets.
It's about the money.
It's about happiness, and if being a librarian makes Richie happy, you should let him do it.
I'm not going to let my boy Richie live beneath the standards set by the upper class.
Let's go, Harold. This man has clearly lost his mind.
Welcome to my classroom, Miss Not So Much. My name is Mr. Pocket, and you can call me Philip. It's nice to meet you. I really appreciate you showing up tonight. I understand the weather isn't very friendly outside, so I'm really glad you could be here.
It's no big deal, Mr. Pockets. I'm glad I could make it. You can call me Brooke.
So tell me, Brooke, how are things? Everything going all right?
Actually, things aren't going too smoothly right now. My house is about to be taken from me and Jake.
I'm very sorry to hear that, Brooke. How is he taking it? I've been wondering why he's been acting differently in class, but that definitely explains it.
He's doing the best he can, as am I. It doesn't make it any easier that his dad just left.
I can't say I understand where you're coming from, because I don't. However, I have been told that I'm very good at helping people get through hard times, so rest assured, if you ever need any help, I will be there. Sorry to change directions, but we need to talk about Jake. This meeting is for him.
I apologize for opening up, but times are getting difficult for my son and I.
Understandable. Jake has been struggling with some of his work, but I can see that he puts in all the effort that he can. My concern is that in his later years of school, these struggles might interfere with him moving up grade levels, or even not being able to graduate.
We're doing the best we can. However, I work day in and day out, and it is nearly impossible to find time to help him with his homework.
Have you ever considered placing him in an after-school program, or perhaps even finding him a tutor?
There's no way that could happen. He would have no way of getting home, and I can't pay for a tutor.
You know, we have activity buses that provide transportation for kids to stay after school.
I understand buses are available, but I wouldn't feel comfortable with him riding by himself.
I understand where you're coming from, but Jake needs that extra help if he expects to graduate and then go on to college.
College? Are you kidding me? There's no way my son can do that, and there's no way I'm going to be able to pay for it.
Miss, not so much. With all due respect, the only way to be successful in today's world is to earn a college degree. I only want what's best for Jake.
You don't even know me and my son, and don't act like you do either, because he understands that it will be impossible for him to go to college.
Actually, Brooke, we had a class discussion the other day about what everyone wanted to do after high school, and your son, Jake, was one of the first to throw out an idea.
What are you talking about? Jake doesn't even want to go to college.
Jake spoke very strongly about his ambitions to become a dentist. Dentists can be very successful and can make up to 6 figures every year. If he had your support, it would be much easier for him to actually succeed.
Mr. Pockets, I believe it will be better for my son if he set realistic goals.
If he could get a tutor, he could easily catch up on his academics, and those goals he set would actually become realistic. I really think it's important that you let him pursue any dream that he may have. I realize that we are in disagreement, but I want you to understand what I'm trying to say.
What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm saying it is possible for Jake to live out his dream and work towards a better life than what he is currently in.
I just don't see how it's possible for him to concentrate on anything else when we're about to lose our house and his dad recently leaving.
There is help available for you and Jake, Brooke. I don't want you to hold him back from what he wants to do.
I believe enough has been said here, Mr. Pockets, but I just don't see my child having that kind of success. You have a good day, sir.